Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'll be talking about being a competitive co-angler. Somebody that, can get a check, or somebody that can make it into the top 10, or maybe even win a co-angler event. I've never been a co-angler. I've always been in the front of the boat, knew what I was going to use, had water where what I was going to use worked. And so coming into this FLW on the Delta as a co-angler, I kind of had a chip on my shoulder thinking, Pro puts me in water where there's fish, I'll catch them away. I like to fish. It doesn't work as a co-angler. That chip got knocked off my shoulder pretty quick, because as my first partner started flipping down this bank that was rock with a few stick-ups and just some rocks underneath, I decided to throw the buzzbait around, throw the spook around, fish crankbait around, everything but flipping. Well, wasting a lot of time, being very unproductive, not getting any hits. Meantime, he gets a limit, starts culling. I finally swallow my pride, pick up the flipping rod, start flipping behind him, catch my first keeper. And suddenly we move, we go to a place where there's lots of weeds. He's throwing a frog. I don't usually fish a frog, didn't bring a frog. I'm trying to scramble, doing my kind of things around these reeds, not working, getting snagged up. Finally he gives me a little frog. I start throwing that around, I get 4 hits on it. Didn't hook up with him, but it was a slap in the face. I've done really good as a boater, and going in as a co-angler, I thought I could do the same thing fishing my way. Doesn't happen as a co-angler. You got to go in, you got to have a variety of baits, not tons of tackle, but a variety. Be willing to fish things you don't fish, and pretty much mimic your pro. He's in water that has fish for the way he's fishing. Fish something a little bit different, a little bigger, different color, but mimic what he's doing. Another important thing, bring at least 5 rods. I went in with 3 rods and spent so much time breaking off and retying and breaking off and trying new things and I just wasted a lot of time with that. If I would have had 5 poles and able to set up all 5 of them with stuff for different situations, I spent a lot more time fishing and not retying and redoing my rig. So, being a competitive co-angler. If you're like me, swallow your pride a little, fish the way other people fish. Get used to fishing things that you might not feel comfortable with, but gain the confidence from your pro and watching him catch fish. It'll probably help you become a competitive co-angler that might get a check and hopefully someday win one. I hope this helps. Until next time. Throw right there. That fish had himself in there pretty deep. There we go. God, all these fish in here.